No, I don't think you should show dicks in comic books.
Okay, maybe not this one.
You're like all these old school video game questions I wasn't expecting.
So, you know, it might be a bit odd, you know, I guess you don't get that question a lot, but if you could introduce yourself to the Czech audience,
No,
because...
no, you can,
Okay.
but I won't.
Okay, okay.
Better do it.
Yeah. So, basically, you've done a lot, you know, you got
No
long
shit,
period.
you're
Yeah.
right, I noticed that.
So,
that part.
we were wondering, what are you up to these days?
Well, I'm up to about here,
Yeah?
right about there.
If you are, you know, are you planning going back to writing comics or illustrating comics?
I haven't left in the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, sure.
Writing comic books. I wrote Batman Odyssey, I wrote the Coming of the Supermen, and I wrote the 6-issue Dead Man
Sure.
recently. So coming back to writing is not exactly the same as still doing writing.
Yeah. So,
And I'm doing a 6-part Batman Dead Man, which includes Ra's al Ghul. And it kind of culminates. It finishes off some of Batman Odyssey, a lot of Dead Man,
Okay.
and Batman's relationship with Dead Man.
Yeah, it's pretty
Dead
interesting.
Man's dead, you know.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a lot to do. He yells at people a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of yelling.
Yeah.
All right, and if you know, recently the internet blew up with this information discussion about Joker's sexuality, and you were apparently saying back in the day that he was homosexual. Maybe.
No. I was saying that it's possible that he was.
That he was.
I don't actually have a problem with that. Whether the Joker is homosexual, the Joker isn't homosexual, is sort of immaterial. I mean, is the world that damn slow that they don't get it? That homosexuality is here to stay, and that you can't push it back? They're writing movies now about homosexuals as if they were writing movies in the 60s. Like, no, it's here. No, people are born homosexual. I'm sorry. If you don't like it, lump it. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So if the Joker is homosexual, he's not homosexual, that doesn't make him any less dangerous.
Sure.
That doesn't make him any less crazy. So he could be gay, he could not be gay. I think that's interesting, an interesting discussion, but not a problem, and not anything anybody should be concerned about. And only the Joker knows. And he does act a little gay, you know, toward Batman a little bit, you know. I think at times Batman is, hey, what's going on?
Sure. So let's talk a little bit more about Batman, because in 70s, you know, you take over the Batman and you made him dark and serious again. After the,
thank you. Again.
After the Adam West run. And I was wondering, what's your opinion on Batman today? You know, with the runs of Scott Snyder or Tom King. If you manage to follow the current runs.
I do, and I don't see any real difference between what he's doing and what I did. I mean, it seems to me we're all doing the same Batman.
Sure.
And I like that. I like that we've settled down. The only place they seem to be missing it is in the movies.
Yeah.
Who the hell is this character in the movies?
Yeah.
He looks 29 years old when he's got his costume off, and then he puts on this Frank Miller 80-year-old costume, and he looks clunky and awful.
Sure.
And it doesn't seem like he can move very well, and certainly is not gymnastic.
Yeah.
I think that the Warner's people are, you know, if the Warner's people want to make a Frank Miller Batman, why don't they make a Frank Miller Batman and then make a regular Batman for us?
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
They're two different things.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a great idea, but to try to mix them together, you know, they put this little gray on the actor's hair, and you kind of go, isn't that like about twice as much lit? Wait a second, oh, it's gone. Oh, it's back again. What is that? Are you trying to imply he's getting older? I don't think we want an old Batman, and if you have an old Batman, shouldn't it take place in the future when he got old? Not now, when he should be 29 years old. right? So there's essentially, you know, when people talk about my Batman and Frank Miller's Batman, they're the same Batman, but at very different ages. And the reason that Batman is the way Frank does him is because he needs to be armored because he's fighting Superman, and he needs all this extra stuff. Otherwise, he can't deal with it. You know, you get older, you need a little bit more protection. You're not going to go out hunting Sasquatch.
Right.
I'm not.
And throughout your career, is there any series or character you would like to write now after writing so many of them?
No, because they would let me do it.
They wouldn't?
They would.
They would.
Yeah?
Oh.
I want to do this guy. Oh no, Neal, you can't do it. Of course they're going to let me do it. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. I would definitely let you do it.
I think that they would do it. I mean, I don't think I want to do characters that are being covered and very well covered now. I don't think the X-Men need any help. I don't think the Avengers need any help. I don't know what I'd rather do new characters.
And do you think there's a character that needs help actually? That some
the Blue Beetle.
Yeah,
maybe.
Oh.
There's a couple of. DC Comics has these tiers of characters. You know, the first tier and the second tier and the third tier. I think the third tier sucks.
And where would you put Deadman? Second tier?
Second tier. Yeah. Second tier.
So why you should?
The only thing they haven't done was to make a Deadman movie. I mean, imagine if they make a Deadman movie, that puts them right up there.
Yeah, definitely.
And I did the book that they should do it with.
Yeah.
Maybe as a black label.
The next book I'm doing is going to be part of the Black Label.
Sure.
It's going to be Deadman and Batman. But I think my continuation of the Batman, which I did, I originally did Batman, Deadman. I originally did Deadman, and when I did the new 6 issues, I basically started them where I ended Deadman all those years ago, because I ignored all the rest. Because I don't want to see a skeleton walking around.
Yeah.
It's just weird looking.
Speaking of Black Label, what is your opinion about the recent, outrage with the, with the Batman Damned?
Censorship.
With the censorship, because in Batman Damned there was some parts of Batman, to be seen, and they.
You mean it showed his dick?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But not the son.
But not the.
Not his son. I'm making jokes. Sorry.
No, not Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
And there was like controversy about it, that it shouldn't be shown. But then,
I don't think you should show dicks in comic books.
but it's Black Label.
I get it, Dick Grayson.
That's it.
I'm sorry.
I made terrible puns.
Right, it wasn't terrible, but it was good.
Thank you.
Once it came around, it hit me in the back of the head. No, I don't think you should show dicks in comic books. I think it's comic books are for kids and for adults, and you wouldn't do it in a movie for kids. I mean, I don't know why they did it. I think it's stupid. But comic book people do lots of stupid things. I mean, regular people do lots of stupid things, and comic book people do lots of stupid things. And then they apologize later and say, "I'm sorry I did that, I screwed up." And you go, well, maybe you should think about it a little bit more before you do it. I mean, they made Spider-Man into an older married guy, and then they realized, well, wait a second, he's supposed to be this teenager, so they had to have Mephisto come and take his life away. What the hell is that, You went too far, guys. Stop doing time travel stories and other dimensional stories. Just stick to, if you can't do an adventure story, then you should be doing another business.
Yeah, that's true. So let's get back to Czech Republic a little bit, because to be honest,
Sorry.
yeah, sure, that's the last question.
1 Minuten.
So, to be honest, none of your works have been translated to Czech language. So
The hell with you guys. What the hell's wrong with you guys?
We are trying.
Say it to the Czech
Wait a
publishers.
second. This is the country that locked Alphonse Mucha's stuff away in a castle for 100 years or 50 years, okay, and never let anybody see it. So I'm not surprised.
Sure.
We will show this video to the publisher.
If you can pick one of your comics, which do you think we should translate to Czech language?
Probably Ra's al Ghul. Probably the Ra's al Ghul stuff. Personally, I like Batman Odyssey, but I think it's a little heavy.
Yeah.
So show them Ra's al Ghul.
Okay. Okay, we will tell them. So thank you
Slap
very much.
them around too while you do it.
Yeah.
because very bad reputation your country
Okay.
has, as far as I'm concerned.
Right, so we thank you for the interview.
It's a pleasure.
But thank you very much, and
Enjoy the rest of the show.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you be the leader of pulling the country forward.
Okay.
Okay.